Hi, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to Issues and Inspiration. This is Marivir here in New York, and I hope everybody's doing well. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, and with me is my lovely friend Grace. Hello, Grace. How are you?
Good evening, Marivir. I'm good. As usual, it's a Saturday again. I hope everybody's keeping well and safe, and
Mm-hmm.
most of us had their vaccines already.
Yes, so
Mhm.
everybody's being protected, I hope. And tomorrow, Grace, my schedule for my second dose is up at 11 a.m.
Oh,
at
nice.
Javit. So
I'll have
I will
mine on Tuesday.
I will sleep early, have a good sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and so that I am ready for my second shot. Kasi sabi nila that's the impact would be stronger.
Oh, okay.
So I will drink a lot of water and sleep
Right.
well and eat well
Just
and
go
things
early.
also, yeah,
Yeah.
that so that I will be served earlier, no, and
Mm-hmm.
finish faster for the day. Yep. So how are you?
Okay. I actually I went to New York this
Uh-huh.
morning.
Oh
I
yeah, I think I
because
know
Ron,
Ran.
yeah, Ron took his second dose of the Pfizer vaccine, and it took
Awesome.
him about 30 minutes, and we left around 9 o'clock.
Ah,
We left New
30
York
minutes
exactly
only?
30. Yeah. So
So there's,
when you go early, there's no line yet.
I see.
So
What
I
time
just
was your early, Grace?
they open at 8.
So you
So
were there at
we were
8?
there around 8:30.
Okay, that's a good
Mm-hmm.
time. So
So it's 8:30.
the early bird gets the vaccine early, right?
Yes. So if you want to get
Okay.
out of the Javits Center early, go there when they
Mhm.
open at 8 o'clock.
Right, right. So
Okay.
our episode for this
Mm-hmm.
week, for this Saturday, is about racism and
Mm-hmm.
about the pandemic challenges and how our FilAm leaders, women leaders, are um, thriving and facing these challenges. So we are very honored to have our guests. We have four wonderful women, and we'll welcome first
Mm-hmm.
Attorney
Yeah,
Liesl
yeah.
Obrador. Hello, Attorney.
Hello.
Hi,
Attor-
attorney.
Hi.
Yes,
So,
and
Attorney
I would
Liesl.
like to make mention also before we
Uh-huh.
introduce our other guests that
Mhm.
March is Women's History Month,
Right.
where we honor accomplishments made by women, both the historical trailblazers and those continuing their work today. And yes, we have four amazing ladies, amazing and
Yep.
successful women
This
tonight
is
with
going to
us.
be nonstop,
Mhm.
girls. Nonstop and deep talk.
Exactly.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
Thank
again
you
for giving us,
for joining us.
joining
Yeah.
us and taking your time out from your busy schedule to join this discussion tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Attorney Liesl Obrador is a an
Mhm.
immigration lawyer, and another one with us is my twin, Merly Barlan. Merly is the Vice President of the Women's Federation for World Peace International, and she is also the UN Relations Director for that office. So, welcome, twin, and it's good to have you
Hello,
here.
twin. Hello,
Hi,
Grace. How are you?
Merly.
Thank you for having me. I feel so
Thank
honored.
you. You are such a
You will.
busy woman as well, so thank you
Thank
for saying
you.
yes.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
I can't say no to twin. I really can't.
Yes. We call each other twin since we knew each
Yeah,
other many, many years ago because we feel like we're twins, like soul
yeah, you do
sisters.
have a resemblance. So
Thank you.
both gorgeous.
And so our next guest is this feels like Miss Universe, Grace. Like our next guest is from Austin, Texas. No other than Miss Sylvia Hubila. She
Hi,
is
Miss
a
Sylvia.
top blogger for Awesome Online Magazine, and she is a retired teacher. Hi, Ma'am Sylvia.
Hi. Oh, wow. I'm in such good company. I'm honored.
Good to see you, Mom Sylvia.
Yep, good to
Good to
see
see
all of
you.
you too. And I hope I can contribute something to this.
Definitely.
Both coasts are well represented tonight, huh? Oh, East and West Coast, right?
Yeah.
Right?
And last but not least, we have Miss Anne Constantino Beck. There she is, the beautiful Anne. She
Good
is the
evening.
former president of JCI Philippine New York, a professional young professionals group, a volunteer group, and Anne is also an artist, a performing artist, and a visual artist. So there you go. So there's our power uh, guest tonight, Grace.
Yes,
Welcome,
and
ladies.
as we celebrate this significant month, we are happy to have a discussion with the four ladies tonight, whom I
Mm-hmm.
have come to know, and I'm excited to know more about them as they share their inspirational stories on how they managed to get through these challenges of the pandemic and Asian hate. So, let me start our discussion
Mm-hmm.
with the first question. So, ladies, can you tell us a bit of yourself, your work,
Mm-hmm.
and the perks and challenges that comes with it? Let's start
Yeah.
with Attorney Lisel.
So my name is Lisel Cobrador. I'm an immigration attorney, and our firm, which I started some 3 years ago with Mompi Gosh. She is my manager for legal and my paralegal. We
Mm-hmm.
are a full service immigration firm and we help clients from all states in the US. And we also have clients abroad, clients who wish to live and work in the United States. So, very briefly, the challenges during the pandemic. Of course, it's very difficult to be living in New York City, especially if you're alone without the familiar support system. The rest of my family is in Manila. I'm
Mm-hmm.
the only one working in New York. My relatives, who are aunts, uncles, cousins, are mostly in the West Coast. I have a
Mm-hmm.
few cousins here, but they're not as um, they're not as close to me as I would wish. So I don't really have that familiar support system. So that was very challenging for me. I have a set of friends and all that, but mostly it's dealing with being isolated. So that's
I
one of
see.
those challenges.
Wow. Isolation. Okay, so who do we
Thank
want to
you.
call next, Grace?
Let's call on parang tayo nasa classroom. Miss Sylvia,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
let's hear
The
from
most
you.
gorgeous of
Yes, I
the
like the
women.
color of your top.
So
thank you.
tell us
This
about yourself, Ma'am Sylv, and what happened with you during the pandemic.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Sylvia Julilia. I've been a teacher all my life, and I got involved in women's rights movements and all that. I joined the Women's Teacher Service for the Cebu Bureau, and so I would write stories about women experiences from India, Pakistan, and all that. And that's at that point I said, I am lucky to have been born in the Philippines. At least we women are, you know, sort of held on a pedestal and not really experiencing some of those horrible things. And as far as this racism in the US, it was, I did not experience one myself other than when I worked as a teacher, and people would ask me where I am from, and they would be surprised. How can you speak English? Well, I said, to go about the education system in the Philippines and how we were, the Commonwealth in the US. And but as far as discrimination is concerned, I never really experienced it, except for my grandson when he was grade two. I think they ride the school bus, and one boy there told him, "Why don't you go back to China?" And so the poor boy was surprised. He said, I was born in California. Why would I go to China? and and um, and challenges. Well, that's it. That's why I say racism is rooted in ignorance. I think
Mm-hmm.
don't know about. They have not gone out of their small world, and so they don't know exactly what other people situation coming from. Even more educated than a lot of
Right.
these persons. So that's the challenge. How do you let them know? But as far as um, dealing with it, I I don't deal with it. I navigate through it.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Okay, Ma'am
yeah.
Sylvia, we will deepen the discussion on how you manage, you navigate on the issue on being discriminated against, and we will proceed with our next guest,
Yes.
uh,
Let's call
uh,
on
Twin
Miss
Merly.
Marley. Yes.
Yeah. So how are you, Merle, and how are what's keeping you busy?
Hello, Twin. Hello, Grace. Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Yeah, I work for Women's Federation for World Peace, the UN offices of Women's Federation. And although I work for Women's Federation for the last 24 years, this post is new to me, just the
Mm-hmm.
last 2 months. And I used to be in Philippines. I told my friend, I lived a very carefree life, and then so when I came here this time,
Mm-hmm.
parang I was shocked because the COVID pandemic came, and then so I was just locked in my one 4 bedroom the whole house. So, but
Mm-hmm.
I think in terms of racial experience, I really never experienced it because although my workplace is very interracial,
Mm-hmm.
the Asian people are very well respected, and I don't have a personal experience with interracial hate, but I think my challenge is separation from family during this
Mm-hmm.
COVID pandemic. I still have my 2 daughters in Philippines, 9 and 13, and for the last more than 1 year, I have not seen them. So juggling work and family, that's really more like my challenge.
Yeah, that's
Thank you,
hard
Marley.
too.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
hear from beautiful mom Anne.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about yourself and your challenges so far during this pandemic.
Okay, hold
Oh,
on.
she's on mute. Mm.
Hello. Hi. Good evening.
Hi.
Good evening, Marivir, and good evening, Grace. And also to our issues and inspirations viewer. I am so honored to be here and thank you for inviting me tonight. My name is Anne Constantino Beck, and I am a full time mom, and I'm doing some citizen duty. I am an immediate president of JCI Philippine New York, and I am also one of the director of Kinding Sindao, and also president
Mhm.
of International Women Artists. So
Sounds
last
good.
year, yeah, and last year I was the leader of JCI Philippine New York. But despite of the pandemic challenges, I believe that I delivered numerous projects that benefited our community here in New York and in different parts, in different provinces in the Philippines. The challenges as a woman, being a woman is a huge
Mhm.
challenge already,
Mhm.
and women have been go through gender discrimination, harassment, sexual abuse, yes, those kind of things. I experienced all of that. And I never been discriminated as an Asian. I was always discriminated as Hispanic. So
They
yeah,
think Spanish.
they think I'm
Mhm.
Mexican or
Mhm.
Hispanic. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you,
something.
Anne. Mhm.
Okay, so So now we go back to Mom Sylvia and tell us about how you navigate when confronted with this issue, and you were thinking, you thought that people who discriminate against really are not so knowledgeable, or a little bit ignorant about where people are coming from. And so what is how did you navigate on this issue, ma'am? Oh, did I hold on?
Give information and they seem receptive and honestly wanting to know, then
Mm-hmm.
I explain. And then,
Oh,
but if they are like, well, you can tell if it's a really discrimination, and I back off. I don't want. I'm not confrontational. So,
mm-hmm.
and besides, if the attitude is that way, there's no convincing. So,
Right.
yeah, and hopefully we say a little prayer that they will not be as ignorant. So that's as far as racial discrimination. But yeah, I agree with what um, Anne said. We are born already. If you are born a girl, that's a huge disadvantage already, and that's not just in the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
all over the world. And then I had three girls, and I hated the reaction of people. A new baby and a girl again. It's already that baby just entered the world, and
Yeah.
already that I think is the first layer of discrimination.
Being a girl.
Yes, just
Yeah.
being a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
add on to
you
that, if you're a girl of color, where you are in the world,
double.
that's another layer. And it goes on, and even opportunities don't open up because you're a girl. So,
Mm-hmm. So how about, when I was born, and I'm the eldest, right? And my father knew I was a girl, and he said, "Oh, a girl." So that was already I was already
That's
discriminated
a
right by
that's a
my own
statement
dad.
already, right?
Yeah. It was like, because we have the mindset that, oh, the firstborn has to be a boy. You have that secret or silent desire, right? In Filipino or conservative homes. So then I was a girl, but eventually my dad perhaps made bawi. I became his darling. So let's hear from Attorney Liesel. You were like so in agreement with the Ma'am Sylvia about being having difficulty being a woman. So how is it being a lawyer? Did you
I
have to
really
push it
relate to
somewhere?
Ma'am Sylvia. I
Mm-hmm.
am the eldest of three girls. So I
Okay.
also relate to you, Marivir, because I'm the
Okay.
eldest, and my
Yeah.
father really wanted a son. But
Yeah.
yeah, I also became his favorite. I mean, it's an admitted matter. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, um, it's multifaceted, really. And
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am Sylvia is correct. The first thing is being a girl, and how society brings up daughters, sons, that's already very complex, and it begins.
Mm-hmm.
The discrimination already begins from then.
Right.
And you hear it everywhere. Like, girls can do this, they cannot do this, they cannot act in this way or dress this way, even as a child. The
Mm-hmm.
small boys, the young boys, oh, so many girls like this guy, this little boy, he's so guapo, he will be a
Yes.
heartbreaker. All
Uh-huh.
the girls, they're kissing him in the playground, and the moms are tickled pink, right?
Uh-huh.
You will not say that about a little girl. Like, oh, so
Yeah.
many boys are flocking around her. So there's
No.
that pronounced difference already. And
Mm-hmm.
for the fathers as well, it's also how they were brought up. They got that mentality because of how they were brought up too. So
Mm-hmm.
when my father kept having daughters, they're like, oh, another girl, another girl. Why are you even crying? It's always going to be girls.
Oh my God.
And somebody even made a joke, and my
Uh-huh.
mom did not take kindly to that. There was a friend of my father. I mean, I don't
Mm-hmm.
even remember him anymore. We were in
Mm-hmm.
Jollibee. And he said, "Oy, pare, iba ngayon ah. Yung nakita ko last time, lalaki eh."
Oh. Oh my God.
Talking about, I mean, it was probably it was a joke. And after
Uh-huh.
he left, my mom good-naturedly laughed. But after he left, my mom was like, "Sino yan? Huwag mo na
Uh,
kakausapin yan ah."
macho, macho.
So yeah, that is how I relate to like being in a family of girls.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I totally agree and I understand it. So, Merle, do you have a take on this? Like, is it you as a woman leader at the UN? Did you feel you had to push a little further because you're a woman and you had to prove a little bit more compared to the male counterparts?
Um, well, yeah. I work for Women's Federation, a women's organization, and all we talked about is how to empower women and girls. Um, I do sometimes feel that, sometimes when everything is all about empowering women and girls, and that's all you do. And then so
Mm-hmm.
every single details of any situation, you will see that, okay, why aren't there parity there? Why aren't there enough girls? Why 30, is there 30% decision makers? Is it
Yeah.
50% if they're doing something wrong? And parang na over na yung ulo ko. So I have
Uh-huh.
too much of it. But uh, yeah, and sometimes I have to desensitize myself. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, at the UN, people are very conscious, and we still fight for that. In
Mm-hmm.
our workplace, it's still the reality, though. But I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I don't, for myself personally, I don't mind it. But for, I think for education purposes and to change the status quo and to make the men understand it, um, sometimes we mention it, and it really depends on how we relate and we dialogue with men
Mm-hmm.
in order
Mm-hmm.
to get the result that we want. If we are confrontational, at least in my area of work, we don't get the result we want if we are confrontational. But if we deliver it in a nice negotiating negotiation, we can
Negotiator.
get what we want. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. So
Okay,
it's how you make.
Maribel. Okay, go ahead,
Uh-huh.
Maribel.
No,
I
no,
just
go ahead,
want,
Grace.
yeah, I just wanted, since we're talking about women, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we bring a different set of skills and perspective, right? Whether in work, at work, or in the community events that we do. So I just want to know your thoughts about gender parity.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we
Gender
start with
parity.
Anne.
Yeah, Anne.
Um, sorry, say it again. What
Gender,
was
yeah, what is your take on gender parity? About being
for
equal with men.
I
Mhm.
actually there's a disadvantage of being woman because I feel like even the women can do much, but then in our real world, sometimes they is the equality is still not balanced. So I'm helping I'm helping other women in my own different way to actually empower them and actually push them to go to actually do their part or whatever they want in life. They should just do it. They want to be a leader. They want to be engineer. I would just help them. Some of my friends, I help them to actually pursue their dreams. So I think the equality it's important. Gender equality.
Okay. Thank you, Anne.
Yeah.
Marty, would you
Mm-hmm.
like to
Oh,
say something about
is it
gender
me? Okay.
parity? Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of the parity, if we just talk about the balance of power, okay, there should be 50% men and 50% women.
Mm-hmm.
But if, well, in a way it is needed, but I think the real dynamic of how of the happiness of people is when all our potentials are well developed. Yeah, we just finished our 2 weeks UNCSW, and there were 700 parallel events and 24 hours a day, 2 weeks, conferences after conferences. And but what's interesting is in the government now, that outcome document that they drafted, it's very strong. They want the government to have 50% women up there in the decision making table, both
Mhm.
in the government and in the private sector. That means businesses and civil society. There's a very strong demand, and I don't know if it was. I have to read the final document, but they want governments who don't do that will be
Mhm.
penalized. Isn't that very
Oh,
strong? So if
Yeah.
government is penalized, so I don't know. I have to read because the last time I read it was three days ago, and yesterday was the final deliberation. But I think in the real relationship of between husband and wife, there's
Mhm.
very different dynamics between in the workplace, in the government, and in the home,
mhm,
Mhm.
because in the home, husband and wife, really it's difficult to measure. Okay, 50% power. No, in love relationship, as far as I
Yeah.
know, I am pampered by my husband, and it's
Very
submission
nice.
by natural surrender. Even,
I
but
love
it's
that,
not.
really.
Like there are kings who abandon their throne for the sake of the one they love. Great
Mhm,
men
Awesome,
will
right?
kiss the ground that you walk on because they're in love with someone, right? So
Mhm.
in the realm of politics and power and the realm of love, these are two different dynamics, and I think there should be a balance to it, and people should understand that um, in the realm of heart and happiness and holistic way of living, if you want to be happy, go
Mhm.
for love.
mhm. Thank you,
So,
Marley.
twin, I'm
Mhm.
sure that Mar, as a husband, respects you. So, isn't it like respect is an important element to just
Yes,
equalizing
yes.
relationship?
We have to
Right.
give it. We can. I mean, in
Mhm,
order for men to respect us and to give us that utmost love and respect, we have. I think women need to go up to a certain level also. No one will
Mhm.
respect us if we don't also make
Respect
ourselves
yourself.
respectful.
yeah, correct.
Mhm.
It's we
Right.
give first. We have to give first, and then we harvest what we give.
Yeah. That's the way to
Yeah,
do it.
great.
Yeah. How about Anne? Can you say something, Anne, considering I am witness to your personal relationship? So maybe you could share it on how you equalize these things, being in the setting of family.
In the setting of family, I think I am more dominant. It's not equal at home. So I am
Oh,
more of
she's
decision
admitting it.
making. My husband is very understanding. So I think I'm discriminating my husband. And I'm sorry. Because I love him so
No,
much.
no, and just,
In a
it's a
sweet way, in a
submission by
sweet way,
natural
I hope.
surrender. It's not domination.
My
Yeah,
Submission by
husband,
natural
because Nick
surrender.
knows it,
yeah.
right?
My husband says and my daughter says happy wife, happy life.
Correct,
Right?
Partnership.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
they always
Lauren
want
is
to
so
make me
cute.
happy so they could have happy life too.
That's
Okay,
amazing.
so Marivir, let's hear from Attorney Lisel on gender
Yeah.
parity. What's your take on that?
So, with regard to gender parity, it's multifaceted. Being a woman, you are mainly ignored, overlooked,
Mhm,
Mhm.
and men sometimes talk over you, underestimate you. And in the beginning, I love that. Underestimate me, and we will show you what I'm made of. So, yeah, and sometimes people say you're hyper visible because you're the only Asian or you're the only
mhm,
woman of color or
Right.
whatever.
mhm,
So
mhm,
there's this gamut of like being either invisible, hyper visible, and where will you really place yourself? You don't want to
Mhm.
be too loud or you don't want to be too silent. So that's what, you know, they were talking about too. It's about a balance.
mhm,
When that
Mhm.
happens to me, there is a right place and a right time when you call it out. there was one
Mhm.
time that an attorney was rude to me, saying, you
Mhm.
know, your law school, that's not a law school from here. It's not an American law school. Where are you really
Really?
from?
Wow.
Mhm.
And we were about to do litigation. It was a civil litigation. The first hearing was going to be on a motion.
Mhm.
And that's what you normally do. You search the attorney, see what the background is, try to see what you're up against. And I guess he did that with me. And he had the gall to call my office and say these things. And what I said
Oh.
was, counsel, you're correct. That's not a law school from the United States. But it's really irrelevant for this case. Let's see what the judge will say about our motion, okay?
Mhm.
So,
Amazing.
sometimes you call them out. There's no need to
Right.
be rude.
Agree.
There's
Mhm.
no need to be rude. Let's just deal with each other as attorneys. So that's what
Mhm.
I would do.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you, attorney. Let's hear it from Miss Sylvia.
Gender equality, Mom Sil. What's your take? Oh, hold on.
Oh, she's on mute.
Sorry.
I was going to mention that even marriage vows,
Mhm.
the priest will say, husband, love your wife. Wife, be obedient to your husband. What is that?
Mhm. Obey your husband. Like what?
Yeah, that should
As
be.
simple as that, Miss Sylvia. Huh?
Because if I heard that before, I wouldn't. What do you mean, be obedient?
But were you
And
being obedient, Mom Sylvia, during your married life?
what?
Were you obedient?
That was the big problem. I
Were you
tried,
obedient? Are you
She was
dominant like
probably the
man?
commander.
I tried for 35
She
years
reversed
until
it.
I could not be obedient anymore. So
Oh,
that's
so you were obedient and then you were not obedient anymore. That's
oh,
also some kind of growth, you know.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Ma'am Sylvia. Thank you, ladies, for all your your
That's
take
what it should be.
on that
At least
subject.
surrender.
Mhm.
Yeah, but before we
Gender
proceed, I would
parity.
like to show this uh video from our friend who's creating a informational video on how to defend yourself in the face of an attacker. So this
Yes.
is with what's been going on right now, like the old people especially are being there's a trend that they're being harassed or um, being attacked all over the US. So
These are good
let's
tips, right?
mhm.
From
this is
teacher
from This is from Ramil Buenaventura. We'd like to thank him. Ramil is a teacher in Jackson Heights.
Okay, let's hear it. These are important tips for us women.
Hmm.
There's no sound, Maribel.
I think it's
Maribel, there's no sound yet. Maribel,
Yes.
there's no sound.
You can't
Let
hear it.
you cannot hear
No,
it.
no audio, no audio.
Okay. Let me do it again.
This must be very interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I lost it.
Fun and interesting. Pag si Teacher Ramil ang nagbigay ng tip.
Yeah, because he is also
Mhm.
very concerned of many students and his colleagues who are teachers who are Asians. Hold on, I think I'm lost, Grace.
Okay, maybe we can play it before we end the show.
Uh huh.
Let's
Yeah.
continue on with the discussion.
Yeah, we can continue. And
Uh-huh.
for another round of discussion, our question is on like how do you encourage people, Ma'am Sylvia, Merly, Lizel, and to shine, to thrive just despite this pandemic. And also before that, what happened to you during the pandemic? Did you discover a talent?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did
New
you
hobbies.
Did you find out that you're good in dancing or cooking, singing, poetry? And
I'm a
so what
master
happened to you
of,
during the lockdown?
of I got a mastery skills of muting and unmuting.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, yeah.
So you,
In
that's
what sense?
amazing.
Muting what, Merly? Be specific.
Both.
So,
Well,
So now,
it's it's funny, yeah. But we think before as event organizer, glitches, technical glitches would be like a major disaster. But even the United Nations, they have so much glitches in our virtual conferences. So yeah,
mhm.
yes.
definitely. Uh, Navigating the virtual world is something that I really appreciate, and a newly pandemic born acquired skills.
Yeah, a very high tech skill, right, Twin?
Yes, yes.
Awesome.
I
So,
know, Anne, last
yeah.
year, right? It's been a year
Hmm.
since you did that garden at your house, at your backyard.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell
So
us
you
about
became
it.
a farmer,
Yeah.
Twin. I mean, Anne.
Became a farmer while being a full-time mom. Tell us about it.
Last year, I think that would be my last farming.
Why?
Because the this pandemic is really challenging me as a mom.
Mm-hmm.
So last year, some of my plants they didn't. I know you saw the fruits and vegetables they were growing so well, but then in the later part, because of I was busy with the kids, so I did not give much time to my plants, and I think of course if I'm doing the gardening, I want to give all my love to them, so they give me love too, so they give me
Yeah.
back what I need. So but then this year I'm not gonna do it, and because I'm continuing being a full-time mom to my small
Mm-hmm.
kids. Actually, what I think actually this pandemic is taking a PhD in first grade, and
Mm.
also I'm mastering for fourth grade, because those are my children, and I'm helping them with the school, and I'm the one who's learning. So after the school, so I don't know. Last year they did not give me my certificate for that. The school is so unfair. No employment, no salary, nothing, no even thank you. You know, and during the pandemic, I became instantly a chef. 3 times a day, I cook different dishes for my children. They have different requests, and yeah, it was tough. But then we're adjusting, and I think we're okay. If you can see my house, you can just skip. I skip those kalat. Maribir knows that. But
Amazing.
yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
a tough one being a teacher and a co-teacher for the children too. It's really hard.
A lot of
I
sore
salute
throat.
you, Anne. It's hard work.
A lot of
Be-
sore throat.
yes, because when Anne is away, like she goes somewhere, the children will not listen to the teacher.
They
They will
play games.
play. They will play games. So, oh my God, it's really
Mhm.
a riot every day.
Yeah. Thanks, Anne. So
Very
let's hear it
Okay.
from
Don't worry,
Attorney
Anne, you're not
Lizelle.
alone.
I know. That's why I don't feel bad.
Attorney Lizelle, for a time you worked from home, right?
I worked from
Yes.
home during
Yes. Mm-hmm.
the highest point of the pandemic.
Yes.
We were working from home, and
Did you discover any new talents of yours?
I'm not
Yeah.
really sure that I'm that talented, but I was satisfied with the baked goods that came out of
Uh-huh.
my kitchen. So
Uh-huh.
I was even scared to order from outside before. So
Mm-hmm.
when I was
Mm-hmm.
craving pandesal or cinnamon twists or biscuits, I would just make my own. There was even a time when flour was like not in the grocery
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So yeah, I took advantage of
Mm-hmm.
trying to bake and make my own meals.
Mhm.
So most of the time successful, pero yung pandesal parang palpak.
Oh my goodness, I tried that too, attorney, kas hindi siya, ano yung umalsa?
Parang palpak. Yeah. It
Yeah.
takes a lot of practice, I think, to
Mhm.
get that light and fluffy, di ba? Yung
Right,
yeah.
right. Thank
So do
you.
you still want to practice making your pandesal?
Do you
I
still have
shifted
time?
my focus into cinnamon roll.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
really enjoyed my solitude. Like I got to love being alone actually.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I found out. And being connected to family, how important. I call my mom once in a while, like pre-pandemic. But during the pandemic, I realized how important it is to stay connected to your family, to your close friends. And you even reconnected with people who were from high school, college, just saying like thinking of you, how are you during this crazy time? You know, it
Mhm.
means so much. Just to utilize social media and make those connections again, rekindle them, or make new ones.
Yeah, reconnect with your relatives.
Yeah,
Right.
reconnected
It's
Yeah.
who were from high school, college, just saying
Mhm.
like thinking of you, how are you during this crazy time? You know, it
Mhm.
means so much.
mm-hmm.
Right.
Just to utilize social
Mhm.
media and make those connections again, rekindle them, or make new ones.
Yeah, reconnect with your relatives.
Yeah,
Right.
reconnected
It's
Yeah.
who were from
Thank
high
you.
school, college, just saying
Mhm.
like thinking of you, how are you during this crazy time?
okay. Let's hear it from Mom Sylvia.
Just to utilize social media.
Something is wrong with it, practically,
Yeah,
right?
I I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I for
It's
some
like
time it was, I thought we were
Yeah.
freezing or something.
it went back. It went back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will feedback StreamYard on that.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear from Mom Sylvia.
Well, yeah. One
Did you
thing
discover anything?
I discovered how technologically challenged I am. Goodness, yeah. And no grandkid around to help me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, you're right. I discovered that we are not made to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
We we thrive on hugs. And yes, I miss all that. Thank you for putting up that picture. We cannot do our usual gathering. So
Mm-hmm.
I miss all that. So you're right. I rediscovered long lost friends from high school and college.
Mm-hmm.
I will get a note uh, at the end of the day from Facebook. You have used so many hours today. So, but it matters, especially that now I realize I can't live
Mm-hmm.
alone and isolated because I grew up in the Philippines, so we have an extended family,
Right.
never alone and never isolated. So that was a big, it is still a big challenge for me, and not having the freedom to just go when I want to go to the grocery. Now my children do it for me, and you know how it is. It's not what you really want when it comes, but I appreciate and realize that, they're always there for me. So that's why we had the children. When they were little, you'd probably say, why don't you grow up now, and, but they are blessings to us now. And it was really hard, especially isolated and alone when I got sick.
Mhm.
It was so difficult. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, ma'am. What was your next question? The other question, Marivir? Got lost.
I would just like to wrap up. I would like to ask our guests their vision on how things are going to be as far as their careers and personal lives are going to unfold in this, uh, I think, year two of the pandemic. Is are you going to feel like you're able to navigate and thrive already at this point? Maybe we start with Anne.
Yeah. Just like tonight, we have after this event, after our this show, I'm heading to one of our fundraising project. Uh, um, it's we're doing fundraising for the people who needs dialysis in the Philippines. So our community development vice president thought about this, and we're doing a concert. I know it's not very safe to go out and gather, but then this is one of our way to actually do the fundraising for our kababayan in the Philippines. So we will try our best to be safe and take the precautions while doing our citizen duty. So we're still gonna do our part to be a good citizen, and I think the pandemic can stop us as long as we were doing a proper just a safety precaution. I think.
Yeah, thank you, Anne.
Thank you. So I just wanted to ask, Anne, is this fundraising only at the event, or do you accept donations?
Yeah, we are doing online donation as well. So we posted on Facebook on our
Mm-hmm.
page JCI Philippine New York
Mm-hmm.
or Phil NYJC. So we have a portion where with stuff that about the fundraising event. So it's a concert event. It's a benefit concert. Giselle would be there. The let me just pull out the. I just want to promote just in case.
Yes,
So
yes,
let me
please, please. We want
say,
to help.
yeah. So I want to promote our event call. So I just need to do a little browsing. So,
Maybe you can share it with Maribir.
Hmm.
oh yeah, maybe I can share it with
Mm-hmm.
Marivir so
Oh
we are
yeah,
able to
Yes,
yeah,
so
because
find.
this
she can
isn't this.
flash it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
cannot zoom it.
Yeah.
It's not Zoom. Stories
Yeah.
premiered.
Yeah, she can flash the poster for
Yeah.
more
If,
Yeah,
if you
for more
can.
information.
Thank you.
Okay.
So it's
yeah,
gonna
Yeah.
be at Amazing Grace. It's happening right now and
Mm-hmm.
until they close. So
Okay.
thank
yeah.
you.
So
Thank you.
anyway, but before we ask the closing parting shots of Merly and Liesel, there's a question from our audience from Jobert
Yes,
Opolensya.
Jobber.
This
One of
they
our.
ladies, you can answer all this, or if anyone would want to. In Asia and Arabic countries, you seldom hear gender equality issues. In USA, divorce is high because of this issue. Now, can you comment on this? Because women want equality. Is that a reason why divorce is high? That's a tricky question, Jobert. Anyone would have a say on this? Merly, do you want to say? Or Mom Sylvia?
Yeah, the question is, it's look at it like a double-edged sword, and um, it's in Asia generally women don't talk so much about gender inequality because it's the values, cultural values. It's by default they accept it in a way, and
Mm-hmm.
it depends which culture you're coming from. And so for them, for Asians, to be obedient and is a virtue, and
Yeah.
for the Western people, it's a total no-no. And but divorce, I'm not sure if gender equality is the cause of divorce. I think you fall out of love, and it's the relationship between husband and wife. Is it because of gender equality? I think in the relationship of husband and wife, my personal experience is the woman, in the realm of love, it has nothing to do with gender.
Mm-hmm.
You both have the power. Women cry too when they get hurt. So I don't know. I have to find the answer whether gender equality inequality is the cause of divorce. Injustice, though, is a different
Mhm.
story.
What is injustice, for example, Merle? In terms
Well,
of what?
gender injustice, systemic. For example, yeah, like sexual harassment in the workplace, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, I would say, and there are domestic violence, so that's when husband and wife. But
I see.
yeah, I think those two, the harassment in the workplace and the
Mm-hmm.
harassment and gender domestic violence, those would be coming from the two different circumstances, context. Well,
Yeah, let's hear it from our lawyer, attorney. What do you think? Oh, can you unmute yourself, attorney?
I think
Uh-huh.
that question on that question carries with it an assumption that gender
Mm-hmm.
inequality issue was the cause of divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And that is flawed in and of itself. It's a straw argument because divorce does not necessarily stem from gender inequality. And
Mm-hmm.
Miss Burley was right. It's about also falling in love, out of love. And there's also that facet of justice, injustice. So I think gender equality also has a role in divorce, but it's very multi-layered. It's an individual,
Mm-hmm.
it's an individual case to case narrative, and looking
Mm-hmm.
at the research on divorce in America, and there are studies on this. It's really financial problems.
Okay,
A lot of divorce is caused by financial problems.
that's a revelation.
Yeah.
So that's the number one reason here in the US.
There's a lot of divorce caused by that.
Okay.
I don't know about number one.
Mm.
Wow.
Fall
So you mean
falling
if
out of
the
love, maybe?
not falling out of love,
There
Grace,
is something
the
called
lack of money.
Lack of
financial
love.
no money,
infidelity.
no honey.
Financial infidelity.
Infidelity also. Correct. I agree.
Okay.
Wow. We learned a lot tonight, Marivir.
There's your answer, Jobert.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Jobert.
So I think it has to be a wrap up now, ladies. I would like to thank you so much for your time. And in closing, we asked Ma'am Sylvia and Anne, so a little perspective from you, Attorney Lizel and Merly, on how things are going to be in this year two of the pandemic. Let's have Attorney first.
So, okay, year two of the pandemic. Year one, we pivoted, to Zoom meetings, to
Mm-hmm.
trying to make a difference in our own ways. I thought about helping the frontliners through a project called Alagang Pinoy, where we sent food to hospital frontliners all around New
Mm-hmm.
York
Mm-hmm.
City, in all of the five boroughs. I guested in This is Abogadong Pinoy. So this
Mm-hmm.
has it's a Filipino lawyers group where there are more than 10,000 Filipino lawyers all over the world, not just based in Manila. So
Mm-hmm.
I gave them a glimpse of how it is to be a Filipino lawyer working in New York City. I
Mm-hmm.
did a lot of that, and also imparting knowledge through virtual events, partnering with the Philippine Consulate, partnering with the Migrant Center of New York. And I think I will still be doing the projects such as these. I tried come up with creative ways on how to serve others the best way I can. And I think this is such a good avenue. Also, being part of Issues and Inspirations, this is such a
Mm-hmm.
wonderful opportunity for all of us to share with each other and for others to learn from our shared experiences. I also want to do more writing, more scholarship, and that would also educate people from different parts of the United States and of the world. So far,
Awesome.
Yes.
that's it.
Attorney
Thank you so
Lizelle,
much,
so it's
Attorney.
Abogadong Pinoy?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a website for that? so we can learn more about the
They are a
organization?
Facebook group. They are a
Oh, okay.
Facebook group,
Uh-huh.
and
I
you can
see.
only be a member if you're a Philippine admitted lawyer.
I see. Okay.
I see.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Let's hear from Twin Merly.
Yes, pandemic year two and beyond. I think there's gonna be a lot of discoveries in terms of living together uh, with the new normal, the pandemic. We are gonna be OC people, and we are going to.
Mhm.
I mean, there's no going back to the new normal. Will be we live with understanding the potentials, discovering the unlimited potentials of technology. I realized that the productivity level of working and taking advantage of our technological advances is far greater. So when we are creative and we know how to make use of the technology available, we can travel all over the world with our minds and our hearts, and we can be
Mm-hmm.
more effective and more impactful in our communities. And so I feel that live with the pandemic. The creativity and the productivity will be maximized as long as we know how to get around. Yeah, that's how I see it.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much. That
you.
was lovely. Thank you, Twin. And so thank
Thank
you also
you.
to all our guests for sharing their
Mhm.
insights and life situations tonight. It's
Yes.
such an honor.
We are truly honored and
Amazing.
happy to have
Thank you for
you.
having us. This wraps
Yes.
Thank
up my
you.
Women's Month, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Merly,
After
I know
all your
you're going on
conferences.
vacation. So good luck and have
Thank
a safe
you.
trip. And
Yes,
Attorney
thank
Lizelle,
you.
good luck on your all your endeavors and also
Mm-hmm.
to Abogadong Pinoy.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
And Mom Sylvia, good luck on your blog. I know you're a blogger too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of
Her
course,
blog is
Anne.
Granny Gorgeous.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Granny Gorgeous. We will follow that, Mom Sylvia. And thank you and good luck on your community service and to your
Thank
Thank you
fundraising
so
tonight.
you.
much,
Thank you
Twin.
so
Thank you,
much.
Thank you,
Anne,
Grace. Thank you,
Marley,
Twin,
Ma'am
Ma'am
Thank you,
Sylvia,
everyone.
Sylvia.
Attorney
Have a
Anne,
good one,
Lisa.
guys.
bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank thank you.
Thank you,
Oops, I
Marie.
deleted you.
Me?
Thank you. There you.
You deleted me?
Thanks. I did. And then I put you back.
Just
So
kidding.
that was
No.
lovely, right? Oh my God.
Yes, we can go on
You
and on
can
and
stay on.
on.
You can stay on, ladies. So now we are
Yes,
going to, or do you
on
want
that
to,
video.
well, you want,
Can
okay,
you
let's
still
do
play
this. Like
it?
they need to watch this. I hope it's
Ah,
going to,
it's
uh,
a very useful tip,
mm-hmm,
especially now that Asian hate is very rampant.
right. So let's take a look.
I hope you can
This
play.
is, we'd like to thank Ramil for uh, allowing us to
Alam
share
niyo,
this.
sila nanay at si tatay,
Yes, okay. So maybe you can start from the
bahay
beginning.
sa Amerika dahil
Can you see
usong-uso
it?
yung Asian hate. They
Mm-hmm.
don't want us because of our
Can
color,
you make
because of our
the
race. But don't be
the
afraid.
screen bigger?
Huwag matakot. Meron tayong diskarteng Pinoy para lumaban sa mga kalaban.
Yeah.
What's up mga kababayan? How you doing, fellow Asians, fellow Pinoys? Alam nyo, nakakatakot nowadays, di ba? Kasi Asian hate, galit sila sa lahi natin, galit sila sa kulay natin, sa singkit natin, sa pango nating ilong, no, whatever. We have to defend ourselves, especially our senior citizens. When you're walking along the streets, delikado dahil baka pagbuntungan ka ng kanilang galit. Kaya dapat discarding Pinoy, defend yourself. These are my tips to defend yourself. Number one, pepper spray. Nabibili ito sa Amazon o kung saang stores dyan. Spray mo lang yan sa mukha, aalis na yan, matatakot na yan. And also you can buy yung mga portable alarm. Parang maliliit na gadget lang yan. May mapindot ka lang, may mahila ka lang, it will make a strong sound. It will attract attention at matatakot ang iyong attacker. Number two, since COVID ngayon, naka-mask tayo, di ba? And also, we bring our hand sanitizers. Yung hand sanitizer is made up of alcohol. Pwede mo spray sa mata ng attacker mo. At pag na-spray mo, hahapdi ang mata niya at sabay takbo ka na. Next, number three, sipain ng balls. Okay? Kung if you're a senior citizen, medyo, medyo mahina ang ating panlaban, kick ka agad dun sa may balls ng kalaban natin. Siguradong tatamaan sila. Okay, mga panlabang Pinoy, don't forget, bring your balisong, bring your arnis. Pag naglalakad ka, meron kang isang stick na arnis, panghampas. Okay, use yung katutubong pang self-defense natin. Ano pa, don't travel alone. Magsama ka ng kasama mo. Sama mo yung apo mo, yung anak mo, yung barkada mo. Hindi nag-iisa. Okay? Lalo na huwag maglalakad sa mga liblib na daanan. Tapos yung cellphone mo rin. Pag may nangyari, dial 911 ka agad. Yan ang mahalaga. Isa pang gamit ng cellphone, while you're walking, may kausap ka, di ba? So, naka-video yan. Habang naglalakad ka, while you're walking, so, nakakausap mo yung kasama mo at nakikita mo pa yung nasa likod mo. Parang nagsa-selfie ka lang yan. At kung nasa likod mong sumusunod sa'yo, matatakot kasi akala niya at alam niyang nire-record mo. Okay? So kaya nga, that cell phone you could use to record any incident. The attack on you, the attack on others, use it to record incidents. Okay? And why will you record it? For evidence sake, and also you could post it in social media kung matindi na ang ginawa sa'yo. Since it's COVID, nakamask tayo, sabi ng iba, wear dark glasses na rin. Tsaka medyo umiinit na rin, di ba? Nagsa-summer na. Wear dark glasses para hindi halatang Asian tayo. Hindi halatang singkit. They might think ibalahi mo at hindi ka nila pagbibintangan. And kung sumakay ka ng Uber, ng mga car services, in that app, you could send the information to your loved ones. Pwede po yun. They can even track kung nasaan ka na. That's for your protection. And what else? Use whatever you have. For senior citizens, if you have your cane, if you have your walker, use it. Use it na panghampas. Okay? May susi ka. Yung susi mo, ilalagay mo sa gitna yan. Yan ang pang-scratch mo ng muka. Okay? Tapos ano pa, yung bag mo, yung Louis Vuitton bag mo, lagyan mo ng mabigat doon. Yun ang ipanghahampas mo sa mga lumalaban sa'yo. Pray to your guardian angel. Diba? Bata pa tayo sinasabi, always, angel of God, my guardian dear. Diba? Pray for protection and the Lord will send your guardian angel at all times. So be safe mga kababayan. Ikaw ay matapang, kalahi mo si Andres Bonifacio, si Lapu-Lapu, at kang lahat ng magigiting na heroes. Defend yourself, stop Asian hate.
Stop Asian hate. That's more important. Yeah, I will buy
Awesome.
my pepper spray.
Yes, pepper spray and your balisong.
Yes. And do a little bit of taekwondo lesson.
Thank you so much for that, Ram. Yeah, taekwondo lessons is very important.
Thank you, Ram. That was fun
Uh-huh.
and educational at the same time.
Right, amazing.
Mhm.
So now we have something for our audience, Grace.
Oh, yes. I almost forgot about the raffle.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Did you want to do that?
Yeah, it's
Call
Easter
us.
Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Next week.
So
So
that's
this
American
is
Pinoy Food Mart.
yes, we're
Uh-huh.
giving
Wants to
out
go shopping.
a $25 gift certificate from American Pinoy. You can shop
Mhm.
at their two locations, one in Jersey City and one at Bergenfield, New Jersey. So
Mhm. So Filipino food, right?
yeah, Filipino food, delicacies, or yeah, anything you need to cook for Easter Sunday.
Yeah, so you can call
Yeah.
us at
Mhm.
917-858-2356 to win a gift certificate worth $25 for your shopping of
Mhm.
Filipino food items
Yes.
and ingredients.
Thank you
So,
to the owner, Tito Jerry Austria, for
this is
being generous.
Jerry Austria.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yes. He
Okay,
has
so
two
make
locations. Jobert, don't call.
He's
Just
been
give
warned
us
already.
others. He's
But
laughing
really,
now. I know. He's
We
laughing.
appreciate his
Mhm.
super duper support for the show. It's
Right.
always been there. The wind beneath our wings.
And he always asks, interesting questions. Okay. We have one caller.
Uh-huh.
Hello. 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 Good evening. Good evening. May I know who's calling?
Josie,
Josie from
New York,
from New York.
Queens.
Queens. Hi, Josie. So, are you watching Issues and Inspirations right now?
Yes.
Okay. So, what are we giving away?
$25 gift certificate shop at Jersey City and Beaconsfield, New Jersey from American Pinoy Mart.
Awesome.
I'm reading it literally.
Right, right.
It's
Okay.
so
Thank you,
cool.
Josie. I'll call you after the show to get your address. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Josie.
Thanks, Josie.
Thank you. Happy
Bye.
Easter.
Another one. Then another one can call and have the same
Mm-hmm.
price. Oh, Jobert Opulencia is
He,
reacting.
he is appealing.
He said this is a discrimination. Okay, you can call.
It's a big discrimination. No,
For
Chopper, you
Jobert
want a
being
lot
discriminated.
issues and inspiration already. So we have
All
another
right.
gift certificate
Yeah,
from
for the
American
same
Pinoy.
the
$25.
same grocery items.
Mm-hmm.
I mean
I
grocery
actually
store.
buy taho from there.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, pandesal, the ube pandesal, the cheese pandesal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's about 10 minutes away from my place.
Is this in Jersey City?
Yeah, he has one in Jersey City and one in Bergenfield. Big
Okay,
store.
tawag na.
Naku, pang
Sino?
Easter Sunday ninyo.
Oo, it's a treat
Mm-mm.
to have Filipino specialty food.
Do you have plans for Easter Sunday, Marivir?
No, I don't know yet.
You don't know yet. So
Yeah,
maybe, yeah, we can plan something for Easter Sunday.
I can go to your house.
Yeah, anytime.
I can plan that.
We can
Uh-huh.
plan something with the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone who wants to call, Jobert, don't be magtampo. You can call. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, so we're
917-858-2356.
mhm.
We'll do a count. If they don't count, if they don't call, we will save it for the next show.
Yes,
Oh,
let's do that
have you?
because
Yeah.
we're over time already. 7 minutes over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have one
So
winner, Chosty from New York.
thank you, Josie, and congrats.
Congratulations and happy Easter in advance. And I'll
So
see you in 2 weeks again, Marivir.
yes, for the next show,
It was
which is a
really
surprise for now. We don't know what's coming up yet.
yes,
We'll
yes.
see.
But
And thank you.
definitely it's going to be
Uh-huh.
another interesting discussion.
Right. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
sabi ni Jobert, tampo daw siya.
Natampo na siya. We'll see you
Oo.
later, Jobber.
Thank you everyone for watching, to our wonderful guests, Ma'am Sylvia and Constantino Beck,
Mm-hmm.
and Twin Merly and Attorney Liesel. It's been very wonderful to have this discussion with you tonight. And so hopefully, and God bless you in all your endeavors, everything will get better. Right? It's
We
been a
pray for that.
wonderful
Mm-hmm.
conversation of issues tonight with you, Grace.
And yeah, and truly inspiring, an inspiring evening with our awesome guests, and of course with you and
Mhm.
our participants on Facebook. Thank you so
Right.
much for tuning
Thank
in.
you, everybody.
Thank
And
you and good evening.
be safe, be well. God bless. Thanks, Grace.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
have your vaccine. Get your vaccine.
Yeah, I'll wake up early tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you and good
Bye-bye.
night.
Thank you.